I wanted to know what your opinions are on karmic debt and like karma in general. Now that I'm in my 30s, I've seen some people that were not the best human beings in the world get served very good things. Like I've witnessed some families win the lottery when they definitely weren't deserving of it. I've witnessed some people that were less than nice to people. They were pretty gruesome human beings, and they've gotten served a handful of karma. You know, their lives were tremendously impacted. And I'm not saying they deserve these things, but I feel like karma and the universe works in a certain way for certain people. Even myself, I may have even been punished, you know, with certain things that have happened to me in the past. But it's your choice to learn and grow from it. But karmic debt, Wes Watson talks about it quite a bit. And it's like, if you even react negatively or get angry, it will leave you a deficit with karma. So like, I battle this every day with my anger and being negative, you know, and I try to keep that in my mind. And sometimes I can't control it. I still get angry and I'm still negative. And I struggle with it. I'm very open about it, especially with sobriety. Like even getting mad, like it'll leave you at a deficit with karma, right? Especially if you're going to like react and put that energy out there, it will come back to you. That's why, like, you know, people say vibing and positive vibes and like spreading love. And it can be very hard sometimes, you know, given your past, given social media. It's very hard. It's the toughest battle for me, honestly, in my sobriety. I want to conquer it, and I want to like become very at peace and not reactive, and just really think more before I speak and let the small things go. And I still fail at this all the time. But I believe in karmic debt. I don't think everyone gets served the platter they're deserved of, like they're deserving of, and people that need to be knocked down a peg don't always get knocked down a peg. That's just the way it is. But I feel like, generally speaking, it does work its way into the universe. I don't think it's foolproof, though. And there's a lot of people out there, like, there's a lot of degenerate people getting rewarded for failures online. They're very wealthy and their egos are just astronomical. And if you went back 30 years ago, they wouldn't even be working at a fast food restaurant. You know, like, the internet and these social medias gave them a platform for degeneracy, and people not even necessarily like these people, but it gives them views, clout, and it gives them money, monetary gains, which just wouldn't have been accessible years ago, right? And these people are definitely serving out a lot of negative karma, and some of them get served it back, but some of them, it's like, man, they're making money off negativity, and it's wild to me. These influencers, you know, it's such a joke. But I'm not going to go off on a tangent about that. It's whatever. No harm, no foul. They don't bother me. None. The state of society is just baffling to me. But yeah, back on topic, karmic debt. Try to be more positive, even during the hardest times. Try to spread love and try to not get angry. And if you do get angry, like, be aware of it and let it pass, and internalize that emotion and let it pass on. Don't react and let it get outside of your head. That's where my issue is. I'll like lash out a bit and it will affect my environment. A lot of people do this. Like a majority of people do this. And I want to master it and not be that way. And I think it'll have a very positive effect on my life. Just be more positive, reduce the negativity, try to be more happy and reduce the anger, you know, and really try to not be reactive, just be proactive and internalize things and react, you know, objectively. That's my biggest goal into next year. But yeah, I do believe in karmic debt. It's not always fully served, which is what it is. But yeah, I want to know your thoughts. Do you struggle with negativity? I mean, in the grand scope of things, 95% of things are negative, right? Media, people fighting, people divided over politics, race, you name it, man. Everyone's divided, and it's a hard time to be alive. I don't remember it always being this way. Maybe it's because I wasn't paying attention to it as much growing up, but it's been a lot worse the past decade. People are divided. There's a lot of hatred, and it can act as like a plague, like a virus. It's just spreading through everybody. Even people that are, genuinely laid back, it's affecting them too. But there is positivity out there. There are a lot of good things going on. You just have to change your microscope and focus on the good, right? Like Wes Watson says, your frequency is what you frequently see. The world isn't as it is, it's as you are, right? So if you're overly negative all the time and down, that's how the world's going to be perceived to you. If you're happy and go lucky and you're positive and you're thriving, the world's going to seem thriving to you, right? It's true, but it's so easy to get caught up in everyday things and get right back to that base level and just that autopilot mode. And I get stuck in that too. Like, I have knowledge of all of these things, but I still fall back into the day-to-day grind. And I have to remind myself we're little specks on a rock floating through space. And a lot of this stuff going on is just irrelevant. People that have the egos are irrelevant. I'm irrelevant. You know what I mean? We all have a meaning, but our egos and all this stuff going on, it's truly irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. We really mean nothing to the universe as a whole, or, to whatever God we want to speak on. We mean something, but like our egos are truly irrelevant. The flashy cars, the mansions, my collection, my ego, everyone's ego, it's all irrelevant. It's truly just stuff and things. The bottom line is just, I think the world would be much better with peace and love. What did John Lennon say? When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will truly know peace. Like, that's an awesome quote. And will the world ever see that? I don't know. I feel like it's just getting worse. So, but yeah, that's the rant on karmic debt. Take it easy. Happy Labor Day.